KERR9000's Game Room.
So it's KERR9000, the Chrome Face Man, back once again with another video game review. Back on February the 28th, 2010, I put up a YouTube review for this exact game, Michael Jackson's MoonWalker, on the Sega Megadrive, or as our American cousins would call it, the Sega Genesis. And despite this video still being up now, as it was a very early review of mine done with old equipment, I figured, seeing as I re-reviewed a few of my old games, it was about time I got round to this one. The story behind this game starts back in 1988 when Michael Jackson contacted Sega to talk about them developing a video game that would capture his persona. And let's face it, as much as I loved the music of Michael Jackson, he was a very strange guy, so he kind of makes a fitting video game character. Apparently Michael Jackson was big into video games. He had a Beastbusters arcade machine which he would even have taken on tour with him. For those who don't know, Beastbusters was an arcade shooter Operation Wolf style game in which you, with two friends if you want, can shoot the undead shit out of zombies and zombie dogs and stuff. It was a cool game, and with Michael Jackson's love of horror, such as An American Werewolf in London, it's not surprising that he was into this kind of thing. It was through Jackson's discussions with Sega that he began working on an arcade video game based on his MoonWalker film and the Smooth Criminal music video. The game was a big success. In North America, the game was the top grossing new video game on the arcade charts in September 1990. And obviously this kind of success leads to home versions. The arcade version of MoonWalker was essentially a beat-em-up done in an isometric graphic style which had 1 to 3 players. Michael Jackson attacked with magical powers instead of physical contact, giving him the ability to shoot short-range magic from his hands, or you held the button to charge this magic up. As stated, the cabinet supported up to 3 people, and your special attack was termed as dance magic, and there were 3 different dance routines that could be performed. When this was brought to the Mega Drive, things were very different. I liked the arcade game, but I have no problem where this went either. The Mega Drive version is more of a Shinobi-inspired game, where you travel through the level trying to find little girls to rescue. Yes, being Michael Jackson, that sounds very strange. Probably the strangest thing is that all the little girls look identical, wearing the same clothes with the same blonde hair, giving it a very Children of the Damned type feel. Awkwardly added to this is the fact that Michael Jackson can grab his crotch and go "Hoo!" in people's faces. But, as strange as this sounds, it's an absolutely brilliant game. I do have slight problems with it because basically you have to go through the level and find every little girl before Bubbles the chimpanzee will run on and guide you towards the boss. This means that you have to open every door, every window, look behind every bush, and that does slow things down a bit because if you miss one of them, you're then traipsing backwards and forwards, up and down, backwards and forwards, trying to find the person you missed. I'm sure this game both sounds and looks absolutely batshit, and to a degree, yes it is. But so was the MoonWalker film, and so was Michael Jackson himself, and it's certainly, the game isn't hurt by any of this. There are amazing MIDI versions of loads of the Jackson songs you'd want to hear. Smooth Criminal, Billie Jean, Another Part of Me. In some versions, Thriller. You see, there was a dispute legally where Thriller wasn't entirely owned by Jackson, so despite some carts being pressed with it, later carts would have it removed, which is a real shame seeing as this game has levels with zombies in it. What is better than seeing zombies and the Thriller music? And the thing is, yes, like the arcade, Michael shoots magic out of his hands and feet to attack people, but his special attack is once again dancing, and you can dance people, zombies, dogs, bats, pretty much anything to death. What game is there where you can dance things to death to the beat of Michael Jackson music? I find the graphics quite good. There's quite a variation between level to level, like I've said. You've got street thugs one moment, troopers the next, then zombies. You know, there's a lot of variety there. The Jackson sprite is great. The music is just some of my favourite in gaming because, you know, obviously a MIDI sample of a brilliant song in the first place, if done well, is absolutely amazing to your ears. But this game just has such presentation to it. they've really gone above and beyond. The start of the first level, where Michael Jackson flicks the coin into the jukebox before everything lights up and the music starts playing, that is just 16-bit perfection to me. There's things in this game which have no reason to be in there. For example, if you hold the right button combination, you can make Michael Jackson moonwalk. It doesn't hurt anybody, it doesn't serve any real purpose other than looking damn cool. Same as when Michael Jackson does the ah! Doesn't do anything. There is no point for that being in the game other than to make this sprite the 16-bit perfect version of Michael. This is a game which has crazy subject matter but really gets it right. If I was going to score this game, I'd give it 9 out of 10. The only thing stopping it from being a 10 out of 10 for me is, like I previously mentioned, having to open every door to find the people, and if not backtrack, kind of does slow the game down a little bit. But that's only a really, really minor quibble. I absolutely love this game, and what more can I say than that? And I just can't see anybody now in the world of music that you could make a game of in this way. Who would you buy a game of? Who would you see on the front of a game and just go, I need that? Nobody. Not unless it was a beat 'em up where you got to perform Mortal Kombat-esque moves on Ed Sheeran and pull his spine out the back of his head. Anyway, with that said, this is KERR9000, the Chrome Face Man, signing out, saying, keep on playing those games, take care of yourselves and each other. Laters, taters.
A Squaffy Bear production.
Darkness falls across the land, the midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The foulest stench is in the air, the thunk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.